Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to Cars and Conversation. And today we have two Honda Civic FL1s. Although they might look similar, they're actually quite different. The black one on the left is a stock automatic Civic. On the other hand, the red one is a stage 2 tuned manual FL1 pushing around 230 horsepower. I am joined by Mahbub bhai as we drive both the cars back to back and compare them and find out how much different is a tuned 6-speed FL1 as compared to a stock auto CVT. A fun episode awaits. Enjoy.
হ্যালো ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম মুস্তাফি
বলতে না বলতেই thank you so much for your time.
Thank you Mustafi.
Thank you. The car today is the FL1.
Correct.
Honestly speaking, just from my point of view, I mean আসলে অত বড় হ্যাচব্যাকের অত বড় fan না, but this looks fantastic. I think
This does
the way
actually.
it looks really nice.
Correct. Very different to the sedan.
Sedan, yeah.
The sedanta has a more like a city feel
Elegant,
to it, elegant. We
elegant.
see it more often, you know.
Right.
Into the hatch is very uncommon for a Bangladesh market.
Uncommon, and also it has such a sporty look.
Very sporty look,
It
correct.
looks really nice, and the hatch is called FL1 as well. So it basically JDM model.
It is a JDM
It's a
model.
JDM model because other jeta Honda export model is the sedan basically. And this the market now, given the fact that there is no Alien or Premio right now. So ashole ekhon kintu Civic chara onno option power is quite difficult if you want a sedan.
Correct.
In this range.
Yeah.
SUVs, crossovers, plenty of options. But for sedan or for something which is for a smaller family or for like a single person, I think option eta chara ashole quite hard to find. Right.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, but emne to it's the same motor as the normal Civic 1.5
liter
pushing
turbo,
around 180 horsepower. এটা আমাদের যেটা black one is a stock one. আমরা ওইটা রেডটা নিয়ে একটু পরে আলাপ করবো না. And this is the auto CVT compared to the red manual. But I feel like the Honda CVTs are a lot better than the Toyota CVTs.
It is.
Just from my point of view, আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে এটা আরেকটু একটা feedback পাওয়া যায় from the gearbox.
হ্যাঁ যদিও initially it's a bit sluggish.
আচ্ছা
যেটা by driving it আজকে I figured out যে initially একটু sluggish কিন্তু তারপরে it picks up pretty well.
আচ্ছা.
And then in the sport mode,
right,
it goes all throughout the rev band. তারপরে যে কিন্তু nice shift down করে.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's a
that's আমি আসলে এটা আপনাকে জিজ্ঞেস করতাম.
Right?
Okay.
And then and then you can take over with the pedals.
Yes. Oh, acha.
And then have a go at it. So it's actually,
but এটা কি আপনি shift করে একটা feel করা যায়?
Yeah.
মানে একটা shift হচ্ছে, although it's artificial, but still feel করা যায়.
It's third, and then this is DM3.
Oh, this is third. Okay,
yeah.
DM3.
So I'm going to the fourth, right?
Okay.
So it's like an artificial
thing, right? Got it. But এমনি তো আপনার এটা মানে it's your first time driving FL1, right?
Yeah.
So
driving it.
What's your feedback?
So the response of the car for a 1.5 liter is very nice,
right.
So it gives you the feedback যে the car handles really good for equivalent to be in a very stock state. Handles very nice.
Handles really well.
Handles very nice. Like you were driving on the way here. তখন কিন্তু you said that, you know, like the curve that you took.
Right.
Was the curve that I just took right now. Speeder, accelerator, you know, it's still like accelerating.
Right.
While the feedback that it's giving me is that it can actually take more.
Right.
So এটা বেশ ভালো লাগে. It gives you that confidence.
Surely.
Because these cars are not meant for fast driving, you know, but you can have fun with it.
Fun driving,
Correct.
fast driving.
So spirited driving এর জন্য it's fun. So So I think you need to have a front mount as well for the other round to do shoots like that.
Right.
No, but I think this is a very fuel efficient and you know, like practical car that you can
Practical car,
drive.
and also like pichone there's good space as well. Family car is very easy.
Correct.
And as a everyday driving car for office, and also আমি চাইলে I can take it to many dawats and events as well.
Exactly.
So it's kind of all-in-one sedan, if that
Right.
makes sense.
It looks very nice.
It looks
Very
fantastic,
sporty
honestly.
appeal.
It does.
Big wheels.
Right.
So
And also আমাদের unit has a spoiler as well, and an aftermarket
Exhaust, yeah.
So it's not actually completely stock, but at least ECU and upgrades, engine upgrades,
yeah,
like
just so in terms of a performance point of view, it's very
it's
stock,
very stock,
right? But it handles good.
Although compare kar uchit na, but although it's the same segment, I have to compare it. The outgoing Premios and Allians actually don't feel like this while driving. একটা জিনিস ট্রু যে অ্যাকচুয়ালি ওগুলো চড়ে আরাম একটু বেশি এটা থেকে, মানে although it's not bad, but the Premier Allian rides a lot better than this.
For an average Bangladeshi, Premium Allian is the epitome.
The goat.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which is true. I mean, in some aspect, ওইটা কিন্তু has a very nice cabin space in terms of the space and you know, like amenities dik theke I won't be saying it is the best, but then again, you know, like the comfort is very good. So
very good.
ওই দিক থেকে this is like the overall feel of this car is a little bit more stiffer.
Right.
But for a young person driving this car, you know, like তখন ওই Allian Premium থেকে going into this segment and going for a Civic, and that to an FL1 would be, you know, like a very sporty, good car to drive.
And plus also, I feel it's a big upgrade too.
Definitely
Compared to the Allian and Premium.
Definitely.
কিন্তু এটা আবার আমাদের ফ্যামিলি আব্বু আম্মুকে বোঝানো would be quite impossible.
Right. So আমি আরেকটা যদি comparison দেই, so the driving mode when you go from normal to sport. One interesting thing is the rev match. It jumps to a solid 1,000, right?
Exactly.
And it holds that 1,000 for the entire time of it. Like it will not reduce, right? So you feel more spirited.
Right.
It
There's
wants to go
instant
more.
torque as well.
And on top of that, if you basically take over the control, then
nice. Right. Fantastic. Honestly, this is
and it brakes good.
The brakes are really good.
It gives you that downshift feel, taking the control.
Because আসলে এই সেগমেন্টে কিন্তু আগে এগুলো জীবনে ছিল না. Allian Premios never had
these, right?
Never. মানে this is a lot more, মানে নিজের personal experience টাকে enhance করার জন্য these are
but that rev, so the way that it holds the rev,
right,
এটা for a prolonged period of time maybe it will get a bit annoying. So ওইভাবে comfortটা is much more relaxing,
right.
You know, you get to drive and enjoy the car in a different way.
ভিতরে fit and finish is fantastic.
It's fantastic.
এখানে আবার ambient lighting এর একটা আছে finish which looks quite nice. And
so
also,
the seats are very good.
The seats are
really realized it has a mix of leather and fabric. So that fabricটা ভিতরের part, কিন্তু বাইরের পার্টটা আবার done up with the new box sweat kind of thing. So it's very nice plush একটা feel.
Very nice. And
nice lumber as well.
Right? Good lumbar support.
Pretty good.
Headroom is decent as well.
Right.
Pichone also there is good shoulder room and leg room as well. And এখানে আমার মানে at least for myself এই ড্যাশটা আমার খুব সুন্দর লাগে. Compared to the আগের Civicটা থেকে this feels a lot more premium.
Correct.
These knobs are
the
really
knobs
good.
are very nice, and
feel.
this long accentuated AC vent has something to do with the front fascia as well.
Okay.
So it gives that sleek lomba look যেটা they put কি বলে ভিতরে. So very very different to a regular Civic that you would see outgoing models তার আগেরটা, you know, like you don't see something like this.
Right.
So nice change that they've brought in interior.
For sure. এখানে আবার there's a wireless charger pad and also Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, USB inputs. Overall, like has all the modern stuff needed and drives fantastic also.
The steering is also very nice with the best controls that you can, that you would want with the volumes and the modes and everything.
Absolutely.
Pretty good.
আমার একদম ফার্স্ট ফিডব্যাক ইজ দ্য ভিউ ফ্রম দ্য সিট মানে ইটস মানে বসে মনে হচ্ছে ইটস মেড ফর আ স্পোর্টি রাইড
That is true.
হ্যাঁ
That is true.
দ্য ড্রাইভিং পজিশন ইটসেলফ মানে ইটস জাস্ট যেমন আপনি অন্য কোনো গাড়িতে উঠলে মানে ইন দিস সেগমেন্ট আসলে এই ফিলটা কিন্তু পাওয়া ইজ কোয়াইট ডিফিকাল্ট আই থিঙ্ক
It is right.
এইটাই উঠলে ইউ ফিল লাইক না ইটস মেড ফর ড্রাইভিং if that makes sense.
Correct. One of the reasons is because of the seat.
Seats, huh?
Because of the way it sort of hugs you.
I think like compared to the export model, মানে এটার একটা জিনিস মিসিং is the sunroof. I feel like sunroof থাকলে this package overall would have been absolutely fantastic. আরেকটা জিনিস যেটা আসলে আমি ফার্স্ট আসার সময় I was telling you, in general আমার মানে front wheel drive গাড়ি অত বড় আমি ফ্যান না like the Civics and whatnot. I would rather মানে in this range I would when I'm someone I would rather go for a pre-owned Crown or pre-owned E-Class 530 type.
I like front wheel drives. Oh, sorry.
The reason আমার মানে front wheel drive অত ভালো লাগে না is the fact that when you turn the car feels so heavy আর মনে হচ্ছে কি জানি একটা সহ নিচে if that makes sense মানে front heavy হয়ে যায় আর কি but এইটা surprisingly I feel একদমই নাই which is মানে at least for myself for someone who's not a fan of that feel this feels great আমি যদি একটা short just একটা lane change করি right এখন যদি একটা comparatively এটা যদি একটা প্রিমিয়াম হইতো যেটা কম্পেয়ার করা উচিত না মানে would have felt like I'm turning the whole car into মানে ওই ফিলটা আমার বেশি ভালো লাগে না it feels very odd but এইটাই সারপ্রাইজিংলি ফিলটা না অনেক কম
আছে definitely yes exactly
it is a four wheel drive car
correct
আছে but comparatively অনেকই কম which is a big surprise for someone who's not a fan of the front wheel drive. In general, I personally like the feeling of a rear wheel drive car as it has more of a push factor as compared to the pull feeling in a front wheel drive car.
So the front wheel driver, you know, like one of the best cars that you can get are the Type Rs.
Type Rs, exactly.
So the Type R, they have basically eliminated this whole thing.
Right.
So it would never feel like a front heavy car or anything like that because of the way that they've done up the engineering, right? So it's very, very nice. So I'm sure because it's Honda, they have taken some aspects of it into this also.
100% surely. For someone like initially গাড়িটা চালানোর আগে to spend 50 lakhs or 55 lakhs টাকা on a front wheel drive sedan আমার জন্য একটু কম সেন্স মেক করে আর কি বাট এটা ড্রাইভ করার পরে it feels like nah this is actually worth spending that amount because we feel the feedback from the steering the feedback from the engine as well আসলে very hard to find from
the only I would say drawback but the only lacking that I would say is the CVT part of it.
Right.
Oitai is the sluggish. Jetar jonno I think they have basically compensated by giving the paddles and the.
I guess so.
You can take control and then like whenever you want to have fun with it, you can basically take control and have a basic manual simulated feel.
আমি যদি একটা Toyota CVT তে কম্পেয়ার করতে চাই, this is a lot better. Toyota CVTs are like headache to drive. অনেক ড্রোনিং আওয়াজ আর মানে কিরকম মনে হচ্ছে গাড়িটাকে জোর করে মানে যা ওই টাইপের ফিলিং দিস ইজ মোর এফর্টলেস একটা সিমলেস একটা পুল
I mean so I shouldn't be comparing but then again outgoing model কিন্তু the same feel
so but similar but এটা আরেকটু রিফাইন্ড
আরেকটু রিফাইন্ড
is like
beautiful
gear
right কি সুন্দর
it's smooth but gear ধরে আছে মানে come on and also আমরা pushing around 150 but মনে হচ্ছে না very planted and feels quite solid inside as well আসলে যেটা অন্য similar league গাড়িতে পাওয়া খুব difficult
I mean the make and feel is very good
জি and I was telling you that এটা চালানোর পর it feels like a C-Class instead
you're telling me
C-Class এর মতন একটা ভিতরে fit and finish and drive টাইপের এটা which is a compliment for this car
for sure
surely
yeah now man oitai so once you get into the car the overall feel everything included right it does not feel like you're in a
a cheap car.
Like a cheap car in any aspect. মানে কোনোভাবেই না। Should be good.
আমরা তাহলে একটু আরেকটা এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করে দিই।
Correct. Like
another league.
Very, very good experience and comparison between what we can have with a stock form FL1 versus a slightly tuned. I think we should say slightly tuned.
Slightly,
a little bit more than slightly tuned FL1.
FL1 জি।
Right.
ঠিক আছে। Thank you Ajay.
Thank you.
Unrivaled quality. Journey with confidence. Mobil.
I think my facial expression has changed.
This is wow. This is something else, honestly. Thanks to Ovi for the car, and also for the amazing job on this car.
Ho ho ho!
Crazy. এটা কিন্তু আপনার
I know, right? Yeah.
Crazy. অনেক সুন্দর। আর একটু যখন থাকবে তখন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স কিন্তু honestly at your মানে first impression, how's the gearbox, how's the experience of the manual FL1?
So this is a 6-speed.
Yeah.
So short ratio almost.
আচ্ছা।
Very nice feel. So the sluggishness is almost eliminated fully. Like ekdom. It's the same engine, right?
Right.
It's the same engine compared to this.
Yeah.
Just look at the feel.
And also the exhaust note is fantastic. I'm sorry,
Fantastic.
আপনি অনেক এনজয় করছেন, আমি enjoy করছি।
I know, no, it's okay, it's okay. I mean, that was the whole point of it, right? So the difference between firstly automatic versus manual. So oita itself gives the feel.
Right.
And then the secondly is this is not stage 1, but this is stage 2, right? So what Ovi bhai has done to it is he's taken the car an empty, and then he has stage 2 tuned it with a horn data.
আচ্ছা।
So that itself, with the tune and everything, it has bumped the motor's output from 190 horsepower from a stock one to currently this one at 230.
Okay.
So
At crank.
yeah.
Okay. The model list of the red FL1 includes a DCAT, a front pipe, a Modolo GT4 exhaust system, Honda Flash Pro, Honda Canflex, K&N drop-in filter, front and rear fixal rotor, front PMU HCCS brake pads, rear Dixel Z-Series brake pads, front strut bar, front lower strut bar, mid chassis brace, teen flexi coilovers, monoblock forged alloy wheels which weigh 8.15 kg each, Continental MC7 tires, and finally Goodrich brake lines. Oh, and also NGK premium GX plugs.
So that changed the entire feel of the car.
Completely. আসলে
This one is any rev range with the so my foot is off the accelerator.
Right.
Slight dip into the accelerator. It starts fully.
Sea of torque. Really happy with the dashing.
And the brakes are very good. He's changed the brakes. So he's changed the rotors.
The brakes are upgraded. And also
the brake lines too.
Right.
So he has changed the rotors to slotted rotors. I mean, it needs it. With this additional 50 horsepower in this front-wheel drive. Wow. And honestly speaking, it doesn't feel like it's 230. It feels it's more than that because of the overall car's dynamics. Which এমনিতেই তো ভালো, So, oh wow! Perhaps I think we should be ordering
আমরা রিভিউ কেমন হাসতেছি পুরো টাইম
I know, right? Such a confident drive. Beautiful.
Fantastic, honestly. And also the handling part.
Handling is amazing.
Islam. Fantastic. MashaAllah. What a car. And also our phone is সবকিছু আপনি ড্যাশবোর্ড কত knock and everything. Fantastic. Sorry,
I think you need to drive. You need to drive this thing.
I will.
Right? Our review isn't really doing like a review right now. I'm just driving and having fun with it.
প্ল্যানটা হচ্ছে না এইভাবে, but হ্যাঁ, but in general মানে the main আসলে the fact that মানে this change can be done.
This
on
change
a
can be
stock
done.
FL1 in Bangladesh, মানে it's possible আর কি.
Correct.
It's not something people can think of and হবে না ওরকম না. It's actually possible, and at least I feel like for people or for drivers যারা kind of all-in-one feel চায়, like everyday driving and also a bit of speedy driving, and obviously it's extremely reliable.
Very, very
so
reliable.
overall I think a manual FL1 is a very good option to have, I think.
He has
personally.
helped do the same thing to one of his other friends as well.
আচ্ছা, okay.
So খালি ওটা এখন মনে stage 1 tune,
আচ্ছা,
but similar the bubbles of the exhaust and all the feel, you know, like the puffs and bangs and everything. It's beautiful. খুব মজা.
আমি একটা অ্যাপ ডাউনলোড করছিলাম. If possible, can we do a 0 to 100 time?
Let's do it.
And compare both the cars?
Let's try that. So the other thing is, এটার the clutch is quite forgiving.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, আমি একটু চালিয়ে দেখতে চাই, প্লিজ. Can't wait. আমার এর মধ্যে I've been extremely I've been craving to drive a manual. So
I think the last manual that you drove was the GR.
The GR, exactly. হ্যাঁ, the GR.
Correct.
And হ্যাঁ, এটা নিয়ে আমি আপনার সাথে আলাপ আছে with the GR. ক্লাচ ফিলটাকে একটু নিয়ে নিই.
You see that? It's so forgiving.
আসলে হ্যাঁ,
Very soft.
very soft আসলে. আমরা যে পুল করলাম, it was in eco, I think.
Right.
স্পোর্টেও না. It's a completely different car.
From that
feels,
it's like
I don't know.
Same output from the same motor. Just to think it's so
আসলে hard to believe. And also আসলে একটা new empty manual চালানো is a different fun altogether as well, because for example আমরা মানে আমাদের যেই টাইপের আগে গাড়ি ছিল Evo 6 and MRS, ওগুলো কিন্তু একটা পুরানো,
correct,
exhaust sorry জি, হ্যাঁ, ওগুলোর feel different ছিল, and this is different as well.
very different.
আমরা যে GR Yarisটা ড্রাইভ করে দেখলাম, oh my god, এটার I'm sure it's not stock coilover.
Eta is running on coilovers
Right
now. Tainer, brand new.
Tainer coilovers. No wonder.
Correct. Handling is very good. The brakes are very nice. Very good bite to it.
Brakes are very
all right. Lovely feel.
Fantastic. কি বলবো, আমার কিছু বলার নাই. I wish camera দেখাতে পারতাম, but I can't.
It is so planted, right?
So এটার একটা জিনিস the owner was showing me, Ovi bhai, যে উনি literally accelerator full press করে shifted the gear, মানে
right.
that thrill is insane. এখন comes the real point, যেটা আমি আপনার সাথে আগে কথা বলতে চাইছিলাম. So this is around 50-55 lakhs,
correct,
the stock FL1, and then if you add around 5 to 6 lakhs টাকা approximately, তাহলে এটা পাবো 6-7 lakhs. So from your point of view, আমরা যেহেতু even both the cars, the GR Yaris and this Tune FL1, what do you think? আপনার যদি কম্পেয়ার করতে হয় কোনটা নিতেন আর কোনটা কেমন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স?
একটাও পারতাম না, too expensive.
না মানে যদি অপশন থাকতো তাহলে
Okay, so GR Yaris, the specific point being ওইটা is not two-wheel drive. Oita is basically all-wheel drive. Right. So oitar the fun factor is a little different to this, but if you want just raw driving spirit, then I think this is good enough. No? Just look at that, right? Exactly. So eitar oi front wheel nesta comes in, but the GR Yaris is basically the push from the back. Look at that. It's 180 plus in this. Amazing brakes.
Brakes are insane.
Insane brakes, yeah. খুব ভালো বাইট.
Sorry, আসলে আমি শুনি না কি বলছি। জি but the thing is, and জি আসলে the other factor is আসলে there is a gap of 30 lakhs টাকা in between.
Exactly.
So example দিচ্ছি, আমি কিন্তু এটা কিনে আমি কিন্তু with that 30 lakhs I can buy another Evo 6 for example.
Correct.
So আমি এটাও পাচ্ছি for everyday driving and family cruising, and Evo 6 for the weekends.
Yes, exactly.
So a bit of both, and also একটা জিনিস আমার কাছে একটু ইলাকা of the Yaris is that it's a two-door hatchback. So আমার practicality একটু হলেও
অনেক কম
first sacrifice করে ফেলতে হচ্ছে। এটা this is a 4-door,
it's like a proper
Evo is a 4-door as well. So আমার sorry, I'm very drives, alhamdulillah, fantastic.
That's really good.
Ovi bhai, what a job you have done,
right? Fantastic. But then again, he has a history of having good cars. So,
alhamdulillah, fantastic. Seamless, honestly, seamless. And I'm not a 5th gear, so
I know. Still have a gear left.
Right, crazy. I think in the end it depends on your purpose. কোনটা কি নেওয়া হচ্ছে? Are you going for the GR Yaris? Are you going for opting for a Tune FL1? But also যেটা আমরা বলছিলাম আসলে GRটা চালাও কিন্তু different sort of fun as well.
ওইটার ওই যে মানে like the thing that I was saying, so ওইটার the all-wheel drive factor, so the majority of the air biasness comes in.
Right.
So pichon থেকে the push comes in, eight and the front wheel drive factor is there. So the driving feel is different. Into the fun factor is there for both, right?
It's almost similar, I think. Almost similar. And also compared to the GR Yaris, এটার ভিতরে fit and finish is a bit better than the GR Yaris.
Correct.
It overall it feels
we were also discussing while not in the camera in GR Yaris.
Right.
যে Civic এর মধ্যে premiumness is more.
It's just hard to believe.
Such a good car.
Honestly, fantastic.
So I was telling Ovi bhai কিছুক্ষণ আগে যে whatever he has done, he gets almost like a Civic Type R Light.
Right.
So this is like a Civic Type R Light, right?
Exactly.
So you know, he gets a lot of fun with the 1.5 turbo. I mean, it's amazing.
Sure.
I mean, the number itself, 230 horsepower for 1.5 turbo without doing anything to the motor. It's insane. I think we should give the car back to him now.
I have to give it back, or else আমার উল্টাপাল্টা thoughts আসে মাথায়, সামনে biker and cyclist. I'm having bad thoughts.
Amazing. One downshift up and
MashaAllah, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
It was an absolute pleasure.
Fun with it, actually, right?
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Turn to নিয়ে করবেন আপনি, right? আমি যখন One more. It took time on I both on the 3, 2, 1 and then 3, 2, 1. Exactly. I like to go on 8.4 to like 8 seconds.
So this will actually be less than that if we does it.
Definitely, definitely, yes. Fantastic.
3, 2, 1, go! So the difference is right here, right? So Ovivanta did about 8, but then again, you know, that was fully restricted for the hard launch. So technically, ওর সাথে কথা বলে যা বুঝলাম যে had it been the restricted mode being off, তাহলে it would done 6.5ish, যেটা রবি ভাই কখনো করে নাই, but clearly, you know, it would be able to attain that. কারণ hard launch off করে রাখলে যেটা হয় হলো কি, it doesn't let you go to that rev range and then return back to that specified rev যেখান থেকে it will pick up আবার. So ওইটা অফ করা, না হলে it will keep on wheel spinning and wheel spinning.
So understood. Great, fantastic, thank you.